honestly.
Yes. It's a secret, but honest.
No more secrets.
Here I am, waking up.
Zero sugar tropical 7-Up. It's okay, it ain't too bad. Nothing to write home about. When you do all pretty much, zero sugar, you don't have so many options. So when you see one like that, you're like, okay, let me try it, right? Well, like I said, today is a special day, folks. It is it's Sunday. It's 4:01 p.m. in the afternoon, and it's 70 degrees out. It's overcast. It was kind of rainy earlier, kind of wet, but I don't know, it feels good outside. It's a good day. It's been a good day so far. I feel real good. Especially, this being day 14, I think that really helps, lift my mood up, I believe. It's been a long journey, folks. But, I think we put in the work. And I think, I'm happy, I know y'all haven't been able to see, but I see it every day. Just wait till tomorrow, we get to side by side. I got to take some photos when I come home, then do my, the final grand finale video, which is tomorrow when I wake up. Today, all that's left to do today, of course, I could continue to fast the rest of the day. But all that's left for me to do once, I finish up in here, I got to take my, the spray for the last time. I would hate to just belch in the middle of talking to y'all. I'm trying to let it come out in like, polite manner. Yeah. So that's all I got left to do as far as this diet is concerned. And then, when I wake up in the morning, like I've been doing every morning, go down there weight. And that'll be our final weight. And, we're going to talk more about, the days to come, but, since we're speaking about weight right now, folks, let's just, no further ado. This is almost the final weight, This is day 14's weight, what we woke up this morning. 14 days, of course, once I finish this complete day, it'll be 14 days fasted, but it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon, that's well past the midway point, so we're well past 13 and a half days fasted, we're almost there. But like we always like to do, go back a few days, kind of get a recap. And I think maybe tomorrow, I'll try not to make it make that little segment like a long drawn out process. But I might just go back every day, the 14 days, just spit out the weight. But yeah, today is Sunday, so let's go back to Thursday. March 5th, and that was day 11. We woke up and we were 199.7, and that was a nice little pound and a half loss from the day before. On day Thursday, day 11, and day Thursday. And then on Friday, the next day, which was March 6th, and that was day 12, we woke up that morning and weighed in at 199.7 again. That's okay, remember? So I've gone over this multiple times. That's nothing to get panicked up about when you have little small losses, or if you have your same weight a couple of days in a row. That's nothing to worry about. As long as you're doing it right and doing what you're supposed to do, you ain't got nothing to worry about. But anyway, that was day 12, Friday. We woke up, 2 days in a row the same way. So that brings us to Saturday. It was yesterday, and we got our little kind of last hoorah workout yesterday. Tire flips and some bench press. Anyways, on that day, which was March the 7th, and that was day 13. Woke up that morning and we were 197.7, so that was a 2-pound loss on Saturday. Which brings us to this morning, Sunday morning, March 8th, and this is day 14, folks, the final day, right? 8:14 a.m. this morning, slept in a little bit. Not to mention, we have the time sprung forward, But anyways, that's neither here nor there. Day 14, 8:14 a.m. this morning. Got up, took us our nice long morning piss. Everybody, that first piss in the morning, you just feel like you're in there for 5 minutes, just 5 minutes straight, just pissing, right? You empty out your bladder, right? Get you closest to your truest weight when you do that. And I walked down, where the scale's at, of course. Stepped on the scale and 196.6. So a 1.1 pound loss way out here on day 14. Man, this has gone fabulous, excellent. I'll just hold this up. This is the last, including today, this is the last 6 days, if you just feel the need to see it on paper, written down here with a extremely poor handwriting. That's the last 6 days, and I'm already ready for tomorrow. Monday, March 9th, 2026. That'll be our grand finale. We'll wake up in the morning and we'll get our final weight, and of course the time will go right there, and then that final weight. Excuse all this shaking, I don't know what that's all about. Time and then the final weight to go there. That'll be the grand finale. Of course, you'll get to see that tomorrow where everything's wrote down, wherever. So that wraps up everything as far as the weight, what we're going to talk about. And other thing, I guess we can kind of talk about what we'll be doing tomorrow. I guess tomorrow, we'll kind of, give the final weight, grand finale, side-by-side pictures before and after. Kind of talk about a little bit more about the week to come, or maybe talk about the workouts, how they're going to look, what I'm going to be eating, kind of, stuff like that. Some of that stuff I'll just be elaborating on, because I am going to mention it, go ahead and mention it here today. So, tomorrow, okay, we'll wake up in the morning, we'll be 14 days fasted, and it's time to break the fast, right? Okay, we're going to do that, but like I've mentioned before, I'm always coming across things, trying different things, at least, kind of researching them. And, some of this stuff eventually coming to the point, where I'm like, I want to try that, Okay, so I've seen, this thing about, a lot of people, about fasting. I've kind of got into that a little bit. And I've also seen things about, like, fruit fasting, where, you don't eat shit but fruit for however fucking long. And I've seen that they say grape juice and grapes, that's one of the best ones to do a fruit fast with. So I've seen kind of come across information like that. I'm not going to get all into detail about it. You can kind of goddamn research it for yourself, But, I kind of looked at all of the benefits on that little time where I come across it and over here, on the internet, of course. And then there was other times where I come across other little things, but one thing that kind of stuck out to me was, it was this thing about, and it was like, I don't want to say this Magellan or fucking, I don't know, fucking, Da Vinci or whatever, I don't know, but fuck, from that fucking time, some fucking old famous philosopher or fucking explorer or something, but, they were saying something like in some of his memoirs, he had said one time in Italy, when he was in Italy, he had fasted for, I can't remember how long it was, but it was a good little fast. And we broke the fast. He said he ate grapes and grape juice. And he said, he had, this might be, a little TMI, but hey, we're all family here. We're all family and friends here. But, after he broke his fast with the grapes and the grape juice, he said he had violent mucus foaming diarrhea, But afterwards, he felt so strong that he performed such and such. And, you know, it was like 300 of some fucking, you know, whatever kind of exercises they did back then. But it was a strenuous one. It was some kind of a squat thrust or some shit. He, you know, after he, you know, he flushed all that out of him, he felt so strong, you know. So that always stuck with me. So yeah, that's a big deal, a big thing about the grapes. That's why I'm gonna break the fast with that, and that's all I'm gonna do for Monday. But you know, along with that, and then the other time I've come across at other places where like more modern information or whatever, it's like it flushes a lot of mucus and like just sludge and shit out of your fucking intestines and your stomach. So, you know, that's the reasoning behind me breaking a fast with these grapes. And actually today, this morning, I got up, hopefully you guys can still hear me. But then again, I could just wait till I get back over there and start talking, and that's what I'll do. Alright. Anyway, today, you know, I had been previously kind of picking up a little something here and a little something there. You know, getting prepared for, you know, coming off of this fast. But today I kind of went out and kind of finished off all the little stuff I felt like I needed. And this is one of the things I got here. We'll get into this. By the way, I went to Sam's, you know, this morning. And man, I love going to Sam's. I fucking love Sam's, man. It's something about going in Sam's, you know, and especially like if you buy yourself, you know, man, that shit just makes me feel like so much of like a grown up, man, you know. What I got here is probably gonna be it'll be breakfast or either lunch. And I'm not gonna be unreasonable. Those are nice, all washed up. That's a mix of black and red grapes there. But yeah, I picked those up at Sam's today. A big old container of red grapes and a big old container of black grapes. So I got another container like that. And this will be either lunch or breakfast, and the other one in there will be whichever one. This one ain't, you know. But I'm not unreasonable. I know that's a lot. I ain't ate in 14 days, even though it is just grapes. If I'm not able just, you know, to eat all this shit at one sitting, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna force feed myself just because I ain't ate. I do look forward to it. I mean, like I said, grapes is one of those things, man, where you don't never sit around thinking about, damn, man, I wish I had some grapes. But you know, if there's like some fucking grapes in the refrigerator, you know, you're always grabbing some of them bitches every time you open the refrigerator. So yeah, that'll be nice. That'll be nice to break the fast with that. It's a nice little sweet, cold, got a nice little crisp, you know, crispy little bit of a crunch to it, you know. Or if that's what, I don't know, you want to call it a crisp or a crunch. And this is I mean, I'll be drinking other, you know, normal stuff, but I really don't drink sugary shit anyway. So I'll just still be drinking my coconut, my electrolyte kind of drink, but now I'll get to I have coconut water as a liquid now instead of water, so I can go back to coconut water, so that's another plus. And of course, you know, sugar-free sodas. And, you know, I usually drink an energy drink every now and then, you know, sometimes 2 a day, you know, in a day. And they're always sugar-free, so I ain't got too much to worry about as far as that, you know. Of course, when I do go back on the coconut water, it does have natural sugar in it, but it's not like a shit ton, so. But what I'll do, I got me a few of these. And I'll probably take one to work with me, drink it, you know, kind of throughout the day at work, and then I'll drink one, got one at home, and then repeat that process, you know, Tuesday. I'm going to say something here. I'm going to try to be as brief as I can. I'm going to go be in the least amount of detail of it as I can here. But there's a group of people that, you know, a lot of folks think they run the world. I'm not going to, you know, I don't want to get my fucking channel banned, or I don't want to get kicked off of YouTube. So I'm going to be neutral on this, in this video. On this little subject anyway. But you know, like I say, you say they do this and they're evil and, you know, they're feeding you all kind of shit, but they, you know, but they have shit out there for them that don't have all the shit in it, right? And I don't know if this is true or not, but I come across a video of the lady saying it. And I mean, she named the people. You know, I'm not going to fucking do all that. I'm not trying to get political or any of that shit. So, but they say, she says, That little U, if that little U is on it, that's their stuff. That means it's the good stuff. It don't have all the extra bullshit and chemicals and stuff, you know, they put in it. So, hey, I don't know if it's true or not. I don't know, it kind of sounds like it, you know. I don't know what fucking origin that fucking name is, but anyway, that's what we'll be drinking, and we'll get off of that little kind of subject or whatever. We'll be drinking one of them at work, you know, kind of throughout the day, and then kind of sipping on one at night. Okay, so that kind of covers Monday, what we're doing. Of course, these will come back in the house with me, but I'm going to put them in the refrigerator. In my fridge I got out here for now, so they don't get, you know, I want to make sure they stay cold, you know. Okay, now we'll talk a little bit about Tuesday. Tuesday's kind of diet or menu kind of consists of real close to the same of that, except, you know, I'll still have me some grapes for breakfast and some grapes for lunch, but probably be half on that amount, you know, kind of just a smaller portion because I'm going to add carrots. I got me a big bag of baby carrots, you know, so I'm going to probably grapes and carrots for breakfast, with, you know, and grapes and carrots for lunch. You know, of course, I got me some little, I got like some avocado ranch, and then I got another little, like a bacon ranch or something, you know, just something to kind of, you know, dip my damn carrots, you know, have a little flavor with them, you know, but that's what I'll be eating. I'll do the same thing with the grape juice. I got 2 more for that day. One to kind of drink throughout the day at work, one to bring, you know, drink at night while I'm here at home, kind of chilling out. And the reason behind the carrots is, like, you know, it's another little thing I come across. Like I said, I'm always coming across information that, you know, kind of interests me. So I start kind of looking into it, and eventually I may get to the point where, like, okay, I'll try that. Or if it's nothing like a big fucking deal, like eating carrots, that's not a big fucking deal, you know. So yeah, there's no problem trying that I seen that. But I seen that where it says, you know, carrots, one of the beneficial things of it, and it's not even like a nutrient type thing. It's that, you know, I guess when you eat them and they're, you know, you're passing through you, they kind of scrape the fucking walls of your intestines of fucking, you know, more sludge and maybe parasites if you got some in there. So I figured, you know, we got down, I done cleaned out for 2 weeks and I ain't ate shit, you know. Then we're gonna fucking, you know, pretty much kind of clean us out again, you know, a little more with the grapes that day. I said, okay. Then that next day it should be good for a little scraping, or it be nice and clean, all right? So from that point on, we can start to kind of get back to eating kind of normally. But I'm gonna still kind of eat light for a while, and what I'm gonna do, I've got a bunch of stuff in there, and I'm gonna make up some chicken salad, and I got a bunch of like, I don't know if they're 0 carb or if they're carb balanced, low carb or whatever, but they're not huge and like high carb, but they're, you know, tortillas. I can make me like some fucking, you know, chicken salad wraps. And then maybe for like a side, you know, I got some, you know, sweet potatoes. I might cook them up and make like little mashed sweet potatoes on the side and fucking, you know, that, you know. And then I've also got another little thing I'm always kind of cook up, kind of a rice, you know, thing, you know. It's rice, probably 2 cups of rice, 2 cups of quinoa, and I'll probably have like some onions and mushrooms. I'm gonna throw some black beans in there, and you know, maybe some black olives or something like that. It'll just be a nice little hearty little thing. Of course, you know, it's got butter in it, and you can just kind of get you a little cup of that if you want, you know, for a side, or you can also, like when you're cooking your eggs or whatever, throw that in there. But the chicken salad, you know, I'll be making it, you know, it's a little different. Mine, the way I make it's a little different than, you know, what other people make it. And I don't want to really, you know, it's not that big of a deal, you know. It's just kind of how, you know, things I think I like, you know, the things I think will be good in it. So, you know, never really made this particular version, but, you know, I think it'll be fucking good. So, you know, not worried about it. Of course it's going to be fucking good. I ain't ate shit in 2 fucking weeks, yeah. But coming up on 20 minutes here, folks. Last few videos, I know yesterday, maybe not the day before, but we've got 2 videos out there now with the new 4K camera. Today we're just with the tablet. because this is kind of a long video, and I can just film it straight to the tablet and edit it right here and put it out there. With the camera, you got to kind of transfer it over to the tablet, you know, your files, your clips or whatever, and they're kind of big, you know. That's another thing that kind of worries me. But I am having a good time with the old 4K camera there that my wife got me, and we'll get a lot of use out of that. I like the little tripod we got for it and all that. But today's video, like I said, is just on the tablet, and I guess that's about it. I don't really know what else the day holds for me. Like I said, I got out there and did some shopping today. My wife right now, she's at her visiting her dad's house, and I know we got like a little bit of painting left to do, and she had mentioned something about that earlier this week, finishing up in there. And if she gets home and she wants to do that, I guess, you know, I'm all for it. But man, I sure would love, I would love for her to get home and be like, you know, honey, I don't feel like it. Let's just do that next weekend, all right? You know, yes, honey, yes, let's fucking do that. Let's fucking, let's get cozy and turn this fucking TV on. But, you know, we'll keep our fingers crossed on that. You know, she looked kind of irritated, you know, when she left the house, so maybe so, you know. I know what she was irritated about too, and you know, I'll just say it so that nobody out there thinks that we're like bickering or anything. She's got a little pool game on her fucking tablet that she just downloaded a day or two ago. She's really into it, and I guess she was getting her ass whooped today, so that's what she was irritated about. So maybe she'll get home and be like, I don't want to do that painting shit. I want to curl up, let's find something on TV. I'll fucking work on, you know, practice on my pool, and we'll get cozy and just watch something on TV. You know, that'd be awesome, man. This great good weather for it too. It's kind of that gloomy kind of look, you know. But yeah, man, let's hope for that, you know, and I hope everybody else out there has a good rest of the little weekend. And we did it, folks. I really and truly appreciate all the people that watch, you know. That's all, you know, that's all I'll say, you know. I don't want to act like I'm about to break down and fucking cry about shit, but I appreciate it, man. I think that's cool as hell, man. That anybody takes any interest in this, but I still would do it if nobody even watched, because I just like doing this. I find it enjoyable, you know. But you know, before we get going too damn long, I think we've covered everything. Talked about the weight, kind of got a little gist of what's going on in the next few days, and all that's left is, you know, the rest of the day. And then, like I said, tomorrow's the grand finale. Get our final weight, our before and after pictures, have a nice talk about the, you know, our experience, and we'll talk about what's to come. So, like I said, folks, I enjoyed it. I appreciate everybody that comes along for the ride. I'll see you tomorrow. Until then.